take.
Well, one of these days we'll make a forecast.
No. I'll help with the. I like just chiming in, honestly.
All right.
Especially this week.
I tell you what, man. Employment is not conducive to keeping up with all of my wrestling. So
yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah, and I've had to, like, the last couple nights. I was only able to watch like the singles matches. Like, I didn't get to watch the full card.
Look at that! Everybody's in the shot on YouTube for like the first time ever.
Oh,
I don't know what I did.
It's just moved a little different.
I watched every single one of my favorite moments.
I was gonna say,
Saber versus.
It's usually like in between these two
that's like
lights.
Osprey
It's
versus
more like in
Archer.
between those two lights. This one.
that was a good
Can't
match.
see Bill on
I
Facebook.
mean, Osprey would get a good match at anybody.
Well, let's say move the camera.
I have to sit out and test it.
Okay.
He's talented, like technically.
I can't see
think
where
he's
I'm at.
Charisma, especially for a big guy, but
He moves good.
He's a great base for Osprey if Osprey is gonna work that like flying style.
Yeah.
Which he hasn't been doing as much. I gotta say, I love that Tanahashi Shota Umino match. That was probably like my favorite. I'll say
Awkward.
but Okada Osprey was
Off the chisane.
Yeah. Like that's a fucking big show main event.
And we got it for free.
Mm-hmm. We're getting a lot of stuff for free. Like this is usually
what's Star's first name? David.
Yes.
All right. I
I
got
mean, little Jew boy.
Mm-mm.
That's what he called himself.
We live, dude. Calm down.
That's what he called himself.
He did call himself.
So never mind. I'm not even gonna do it.
No, we're gonna talk about the odds and ends.
So you're saying like I shouldn't say because I'm not a little Jew boy. It's like the N word.
It's not.
But it's not because I didn't say the N word. I said the N word.
You didn't say. You should say J word.
Yeah, the J word.
I remember being in a class in college a couple days after 9/11.
Oh no.
And the professor was this super woke dude, and he wanted to have a conversation about 9/11, and I mentioned the Jews in Israel, which is what they're called.
Mm-hmm.
And this chick sitting next to me goes, "You are not allowed to say that word in front of these people." Because there was a guy sitting next to me in the yarmulke.
Mm-hmm.
And he was my buddy. Like, we had smoked weed together like a week before. and she goes, "You are not allowed to call them the Jews." He was like, "Actually, that's what we're called."
Yeah.
That's really the only name.
I think it's all just in like the
Like, I wasn't
connotation.
saying derogatory. I was
No.
being like,
That's what I mean. It's all in the delivery because if you just say like the Jews, that's going to be like the Jews.
Yeah.
Then,
the Jews live in,
Jews.
yeah, exactly.
there are a lot of Jews that live in Israel.
Yeah, you're not saying like
And I would say
Jews
something like
in
that.
Israel.
And my buddy was like, nah, it's cool. That's what we're called.
No, he's good. Let him continue calling us Jews.
Let me ask you, Jason. You're not African American. You're black, right? You're not from Africa.
I am too from Africa.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, like, if I say like black people, that's not like a big thing.
No.
I feel like going out of my way to be polysyllabic and saying like African American.
No.
Is fucking stupid.
Technically, I would call myself African American, but I would not be offended.
Especially because of all the English colonialism. There's a lot of white South Africans that are over here, and they're also African American, but nobody else
Charlie
says that.
Theron.
Yeah, she's African American.
Jump back. She's from South Africa?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
So is Dave Matthews.
Deanswood.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to say, I like you.
Huh?
Charlize
You
Theron.
serious? This is big South
That's
That fucking sucks.
Right? Dave Matthews was born in South Africa, right?
I don't know.
Let me look it up.
It's worth a Google.
Mr. Engineer,
Why would I don't know.
music.
Oh.
For our live watchers.
Well, you
Yeah, if anybody's watching live, can you tell us who in the hell?
Yeah, he's from South Africa.
Yep. South African born American singer songwriter.
Wow. Is that?
I think Eric Clapton is too. Sucks even worse.
I didn't think about that kid.
Or is
Same
he
with,
from-
I think
Gene
he was
Simmons.
born in South Africa, or maybe his mother
Went back to the motherland. So
That's where he learned.
That's
where he learned to
that's
play
worth
the
the day.
Wireless
Matthews.
connection.
yeah, I was gonna say
Wireless
that
connection.
always fucking blew my mind.
I was going to say, Murray, go to where it says it has the bars or whatever.
Yeah,
Quick it up and just make sure it's on Shock City Guest. Sam, we can go whenever you're ready.
it's on private.
Clear my throat.
What the fuck is that?
I still got some mucus going up. From
It's like you coughing up an hairball or something. Shit.
All right, here we go.
Tonight's on the Band from Ringside podcast, Kofi Kingston fails New Japan Cup. Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano and your WrestleMania, Road to WrestleMania, I guess is what you would call it. That and a whole bunch more tonight's on the Band from Ringside podcast. Almost slipped away from me there for a second.
It's the road to WrestleMania.
Ditch that 9 to 5. It's time to feel alive. Hello, Mark. So welcome to the rest. Welcome to the Band from Ringside podcast. I'm your host, Bill Vagey, a.k.a. Job Huggins. To my right, we have Tuber here, Zach Bowman. What's going on, Tuber?
Oh, not a lot, man. Not a lot. Rock hard. Ready for the show.
We have Jason Cornelius Bell. What's going on, JCB?
Okay, someone's excited. Allow us to bow our heads and pull down the latest volume.
Excited to bow our head.
To pull down the latest chapter of the Band from Ringside podcast.
Got you there.
Yeah, you did. Episode 99. I did count them for sure. So next week will be number 100. Episode 99, Chapter 3, Volume 14. You know what I'm talking about.
Episode 100. We're gonna get like Ric Flair on here.
Hashtag
Woo! Move the heels.
It's all good, baby. Shout out to my girl Becky Balboa. And shout out to Florida State. Nice win today. Good to have my boys back. Ready to roll.
Shout out to Florida State. On the podcast, or shout out to the Seminoles, huh?
Oh my God.
To his right, we have Murray, the Murray Man. Murray, what's going on, Murray Man? You're celebrating a birthday coming up
Coming up on Sunday, yeah.
I might have saved that for the birthday section of the show, but hey,
No,
happy
that's
birthday,
all right, yeah.
man.
That's
Happy
okay.
birthday.
So, yeah. It'll be my 33rd day on the on this old earth here.
I would give at least a digit.
You know what's
to be 33.
you know what's more exciting than
It's
turning
a digit.
33?
What?
You guys know?
No, I don't know.
NXT Takeover Brooklyn.
Not even. We're live on social media right now.
Oh, that is exciting.
huge.
We are coming at you from the exquisite Shock City Studios in beautiful St. Louis, Missouri. Do you have something else to say?
Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. We're on there.
Find us, BFR Pod, at BFR Pod, at BFR Murr with 2 R's, at BFR Zach with an H, at BFR JCB, at BFR Bill, at BFR Pod. I had a week go kind of viral this week.
Go back.
Woo.
Okay, just for the record, this is the guy that was like, fuck Twitter. I don't need 8
I never
followers.
said
But
fuck
then the
Twitter.
first,
I never said fuck Twitter. I said that I would just use I would just retweet myself.
let's
I had
not,
the password for both.
let's not act like you're not ultimately proud of this. Okay, which I am proud of you too. Congratulations.
Thanks,
but
man. I had a big
come on
week
now.
this week.
Yeah, come on now.
What was it again? I remember liking it. But
It was
Wasn't that
it was
viral?
it was a picture.
He said kind of viral.
It was a picture of Muggsy Bogues trying to fight through a
Oh,
Sean Bradley pick, and it says, "This is Rey Mysterio trying to put his son to bed." I shouldn't have to explain the joke.
that's good.
We're coming at you from the exquisite Shock City Studios in beautiful St. Louis, Missouri. We got Sam DeMauler Mall turning the knobs tonight.
Mr. Perfect's in the house.
Before we get too far into it, we're going to talk to you about Soul Taco. That's the best Mexican, Korean fusion food that you never knew you needed, but once you have it, you'll never go back. They got 2 food trucks driving on the St. Louis, Missouri area, one place in the UC Loop, a place in Chesterfield, Missouri, Columbia, Missouri, Chicago, Illinois, Champaign, Illinois, 2 places in Chicago, Illinois. Go get yourself some Soul Taco. Guys, it's so good. We're not exaggerating when we say that we like it. I wish I was getting it today. I wish I was getting it tonight. It is the best. That's Soul Taco. They're a friend of the show. They're a sponsor of the show. Go to Soul Taco. Tell them the Band from Inside sent you. And without further ado, let's get to our 3 counts.
Maybe we should cater our 100th episode.
Oh,
That'd be nice.
Game
I'll make a phone call.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say.
Spicy pork burrito, please.
What do you got for our 1 count?
WWE catering, eat your heart out.
There's
Well,
no
this
way
guy-
the WWE catering is better than Soul Taco.
No way.
There's no way it's better.
Unless they're getting soul taco.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
It could be as
Good,
but
no,
there's no way it's better than Soul Taco.
I would say it wouldn't be better than Soul Taco, even if it was.
I mean, that's not even a joke. Like, that's how good Soul Taco is.
No, it's legit. There's no two ways around it. Okay, let's get back on the track. One, Kofi Kingston running the gauntlet on SmackDown Tuesday night. We'll just cut to the chase. Runs all through 5. Orton being at the last, I thought was really good. Well done. If you wanted
It was like fighting the boss.
it was like fighting the boss because now that boss is someone you lost to before, and now you have to come around and win again. Win the first time, dare I say,
In
Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. Go ahead.
I mean, with the rumors going around, that was always why Kofi never got further, was because Randy Orton was mad about the way he treated their rivalry 10 years ago. So it was like treating it like fighting a boss, right?
Full circle, dare I say. So even though I thought Orton's shoulders was up for the 3rd count, nonetheless, Kofi wins. Crowd gets excited, but of course, here comes one Vince and Katie McMahon that says, "Oh no, no, no! We have one more left." Enter one WWE champion Daniel Bryan to finish off Kofi Kingston, unfortunately. So now we're back to square one. Kofi is still out of WrestleMania. We have no WWE Championship match to speak of as we start this podcast. So now, where does this go from here? The biggest rumor that I hear coming on social media and other places that people I've talked to is now we're talking about a Occupy SmackDown where the wrestlers, the announcers, anyone that is not a McMahon will somehow band together to get Kofi Kingston onto WrestleMania. I'm okay with that. It's not the most original idea, considering that one of my biggest complaints about this angle is it feels a lot like Daniel Bryan, and this is ultimately how Daniel Bryan got his match. I thought that this was going to paint them in a corner, in the sense of, if you're going to book it this way, you really don't have much of an option now, because now Kofi can't just be given to this. He has to earn it, because everybody's crying about Charlotte was given this title shot. Okay, so you can't give Kofi a title shot. So you really kind of painted yourself in this corner where you don't have an option. This is the only option that I can think of that would legitimately make sense storyline-wise. So that is what I'm thinking that could possibly happen. Look for an Occupy SmackDown next week on SmackDown.
What do you think, Zach?
I think my thoughts last week was very on point. This match was exactly what I thought. Kofi fought as an underdog the entire time. He sold the entire match, the only way they booked baby faces, and he ended up persevering until it was taken from him again for it's interesting that we're just a couple weeks out of Mania, and there's a whole lot of flux. There's a whole lot of flux, not just with the Kofi match, but with a lot of matches, and we're kind of throwing together matches. I think I mentioned time of match.
Oh, no, we're talking about that.
Well,
Not
we'll
right
get to
now.
it later.
Not right now is what I mean, but it's Bill called it out on Friends BFR. I think Dave Patterson posted something, and he's like, Zach and Mark, he was just, he knew what I thought about it already, which is that it's kind of an overbooked mess. It was this organic thing that they've taken.
Now I think they started to fuck it up.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they have to do it their way, even though they can't just let something happen. They have to put their fucking claws into it, and then by the time we get it, it's ruined and it's done. I don't know. Anyway, that's just me. That's just me being negative.
Murray, first of all, I think all of the matches were actually pretty exciting. They were all good.
Yeah, good.
The whole him and Joe part of it too was cool because Joe lost, but he still played Joe at the end.
He did what he did have to do, rolling the same way. You build the odds against him.
Thing is, though, with The Miz, there was 150 wrestlers on SmackDown that mentioned Kofi's name. On top of the gauntlet match, and like you guys said, even last week, they're piling it on, which is fine. But the problem is, and we talked about it a few weeks ago, unfortunately, that probably means that Kofi will win it. Not unfortunately that he'll win the title at WrestleMania. I think he will. But he's not going to get a 6-month to year run with that title. Unfortunately. If they were
good moment.
Right, and that's fine, but like he's a guy that if they're gonna push this whole he deserves it thing, give him 6 months to a year or more, because he could do it. He could sell the shirts. That's what but he
6
could.
months is probably a long shelf life for any WWE champion. Years, we're getting to the Brock Lesnar's.
Well, right.
He's already selling shirts.
Well, I know, but that's what I'm saying though. He could carry a title for more than maybe Raw the next night, or probably not quite that soon, but I don't know. So maybe they'll flip it on us and they'll let him carry it for a minute. But it all seems like it was on accident, and that's why they're chopping so hard to make this work right now.
I mean, coming back to Raw, I wouldn't be surprised if. Listen, I've never been more sure of myself or more sure of anything that Kofi's fighting WrestleMania. Obviously, he's going to fight Daniel Bryan, no matter how it comes to. If they end up having an Occupy SmackDown where it's the backstage guys, because like Zach said, it's no coincidence that The Miz and AJ Styles both brought up Kofi.
Everybody, KO brought it up. Everybody has brought it up.
And KO, and they had all the guys backstage cheering for him and everything. That's no coincidence.
No.
I wouldn't be surprised if he lost at WrestleMania, then won to make it the big night after WrestleMania Raw moment to have Kofi win then. My biggest problem with it, and I guess I've been.
Oh, you have a problem with this?
Yes.
I thought this was WrestleMania season. This was all good.
No, I mean, when you do a podcast, you can't have everybody having the same opinion all the time, which is everybody shits on WWE all the time. So that's why I'm here. So I'm here so we can't shit on it all the time.
I don't shit on it all the time.
But my only problem with it is that it would have been just fine if Kofi would have won the match, the gauntlet match at the end of SmackDown, and then goes on to WrestleMania with 2 more SmackDowns. Everybody knows the SmackDown before WrestleMania ain't really a SmackDown. It's just a bunch of packages. Like, that's what they do the entire time. It would have been fine. They're piling on a little strong.
Yeah, just have the match and then promote the match.
Right. But if anything, Tuesday was a validation of something that I've been saying for a long time, which is wrestling is best when it's just about guys wrestling. Because that hour of television was spectacular.
No,
it was predictable. Everybody knew Kofi was going to win, but Kofi taking on Sheamus and then Cesaro and then Rowan and then Joe and then Orton and beating all of them
Mortal Kombat
was exciting. That's exciting television. Even though you know it's predictable, that's fun to watch.
They were all good matches,
less exciting than the first one where you didn't know.
Right.
But still exciting. I'm
sorry to cut you off, but in the other ones, Kofi lost. Kofi lost the gauntlet match the first time. Kofi lost the Elimination Chamber. He didn't win it. He finally won one.
But he was still, even in the loss, he was the winner, I should say.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, because he ran that gauntlet. Like, Seth Rollins did, however many months ago.
He didn't win the gauntlet match, but
he was the winner of the night. The winner of the night, not the winner of the match.
Exactly.
Right. He didn't go. He got over. He didn't.
But in kayfabe style, this was the first one that he actually won.
Yeah, and since he did, and since they're saying like Kofi, and everything is right about Kofi's been around a long time. He's a great superstar. Like, he's a clutch guy. They bring him into all the Money in the Banks and all the Royal Rumbles because they know he can perform. I would have liked to have seen him a little more dominant. I'd like to see our baby faces in general be a little more dominant instead of just constantly getting beat down for him.
Do not disagree at all. I think that's a great point, and I think that like Kofi being a guy who's been around forever, and now he's becoming a world beater. Leading up to WrestleMania, everybody knows that it's worse. But it is. I would like it.
Thanks for everybody knows.
This is the first. I'll tell you what. The other night though, he beat 2 people with the SOS. And he hasn't beaten anybody with the SOS in a long time.
Good call.
No,
not on TV.
I would not disagree. I'll just say this, and
we need
Kofi is going to get to WrestleMania. He will wrestle Daniel Bryan. From that point, I'm not doing it. It scares the shit out of me. I trust him with it.
Yeah, but Vince being on TV with him is a vote of confidence.
It is.
Yeah,
I mean, it
for
is.
now.
But that,
There's no reason he'd be on. Now, he might lose at WrestleMania. It depends on when they fall on the card. WrestleMania is weird the way they book it because they want a big pop at the beginning. So if they come out first,
Yeah,
you better.
Then Kofi's probably losing.
No, then Kofi's winning. No, if they come out first, there's no doubt that Kofi's winning.
That don't mean nothing to me.
Kofi's winning.
Okay.
If they come out third to last, then all bets are off.
That's true.
I don't know what's happening.
They want the feel good.
Last, I would say Kofi would win. First, I don't necessarily agree with
I feel like either
They're not coming out last.
I
The
feel like
women are coming out last.
Kofi
I don't know.
Or Brock.
that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Brock and Seth is just stale. That needs to be
It is.
somewhere in the middle. It's
We'll
a
get to
universal
that later.
title.
I totally disagree. We'll get to that
Stale.
later. Let's get to our 2 counts.
2 count. New Japan Cup's going on. We had so much stuff going on last week. We didn't really touch on it, but it was in the show notes that are posted nowhere.
I'm starting to look at you like, you got show notes?
They're all in our phones. So if you hack our iCloud, maybe you can find it.
Don't do that.
Don't do that, though. You'll see what
Ow! Or it's saying you probably have no business here.
Only in Zach's class.
Yeah, you have to use your pension to get live. Anyway, New Japan Cup's been really good. This has been different than previous years. If you followed the previous New Japan Cups, what I mean by that is we are getting some amazing matches, match-ups rather. There's always good matches, and a lot of guys deliver that don't always deliver, don't always get a chance to deliver, but we're getting some like really, truly great matchups. Just looking at the quarterfinals now, we got semis, yeah. So we've got Ishii and Okada, which is going to be a fucking banger, and then we've got Tanahashi and Sonata, which Sonata can go, and this is an interesting match. I don't know if I've ever seen those guys one-on-one, and of course Tanahashi is the best in the world. Quarterfinals, we had some fantastic matches. Go out of your way to watch Tanahashi and Zack Sabre Jr.
Sabre Jr.'s my dog. Can we talk about some of these matches? Because I watched every single one.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'll call them out. You guys tell me your thoughts. So Tanahashi and Zack.
Loved it. I was surprised by the ending.
Yeah.
I thought Sabre Jr. was going to win, and then when Tanahashi finally rolled him up
With his own move.
I was shocked. That's the only time I've ever spoiled a match for Jason from New Japan because he hadn't seen it yet. And I was like, oh, so that was a big deal? And he was like, oh, God, you spoiled it.
It's not. The only reason it's a big deal is because up to this point, Zack Sabre Jr. has been Mr. New Japan Cup. I mean,
He had never lost a match.
Right. So, I mean, he's basically been undefeated to this point. I thought this was going to be, after my bracket was busted on that side, I thought it was going to be Okada and Tanahashi in the final, and I got Okada winning the final. But this is where I was like, okay, if this is going to fall south, this is the match that's going to fall south on. But obviously, Tanahashi won, so we're on pace to get that final.
All right, what's your
we can just go back just a little bit. The Ibushi Zack Sabre match, where Zack Sabre tapped Ibushi.
Loved it.
Was undoubtedly the upset, even though they're both fantastic. And like we said, Zack Sabre is Mr. New Japan because at this point he was undefeated. Mr. New Japan Cup, I should say. This was the upset. This is the one people freaked out about.
My favorite part of that match was when Sabre was being a dickhead at him, and then Ibushi turned around and just started kicking him in the chest into the corner.
Yeah.
Get out of my face. Fuck you, man.
Dude, and he was like mad. Like, so Ibushi's usually like a smiling.
Yeah, Ibushi never gets mad. He got mad at Sabre.
He got mad, and like he like went. Even Kevin Kelly said he's like Ibushi's got those dead eyes, and he just started fucking stiffening with forearms, and it was awesome.
That tap out, I didn't know what he was trying to tap out. He had him twisted up in so many different.
That's like his new
finisher.
finisher. That's like his new finisher. It's called like what's it called? It's like I can't remember. But it's got a cool name, and it's a super interesting finisher that I've never seen before.
No, I've never seen.
It's like leg spread eagle, and yeah, he's fucking
He's torn them up top too. I'm like, oh! I'm like, okay, that's
he
enough.
grabs their wrists and like spreads their leg. It's crazy. So one of my favorite matches, Okada versus Ospreay, and like I said, this is a big show main event. This could headline Dominion. This could headline Tokyo Dome. These guys are.
It's not much different than. I mean, it's important to explain this to people that don't watch New Japan very much, but the New Japan Cup compared to the G1 is New Japan Cup. Whoever wins it gets to face the champion at the G1, and whoever wins the G1 tournament gets to face the champion at Wrestle Kingdom. So it's like two tournaments.
Yeah.
One of them's a round
robin, and the other is single elimination.
This one's a single. This one's a single elimination. Right. So I just want to explain that.
Yeah, good call. You got two of arguably, I mean, you could say easily two of the best 10 wrestlers in the world right now actively working. You might be able to argue the best 5 wrestlers.
Okada Ospreay?
Okada Ospreay.
Oh, two of the best 10 for sure.
Yeah, easily.
10 is
yeah. 5's arguable, 10's easy.
Yeah.
This was fantastic. Plus, they're in the same stable, so you also never see it because Chaos has this thing.
They're both younger than 33.
Oh, yeah. Then they're a babyface stable, and those babyfaces do not face off against each other. It's like a Chaos thing.
When Okada was champion, you never saw him in East wrestling.
Nope.
Amazing. As I say, their match coming up is going to be off the chain.
Speaking of Ishii, he got good matches out of Yoshihashi. He got good matches out of Taichi. His match against Yuji Nagata was one of the best in the tournament. It was a first round match. A couple other ones to look out for. Okada and Elgin was really good. Will Ospreay got a good match out of Lance Archer. Bill and I were talking about that earlier. And Kota Ibushi and Tetsuya Naito is good if you don't have anxiety. I fucking was anxious this entire match. It was super dangerous. It was. I mean, you could argue it was the best match of the tournament, but it bothered me. And Naito, for the second year in a row, first man out. And, there's a lot of people. I'm not down on New Japan as much as I am WWE because WWE is so glaringly bad sometimes. And New Japan usually comes through for me. I think of it in the terms of like WWE is like it's like not to make light of domestic abuse, but it's like my high school sweetheart that just like repeatedly like abuses me that I keep going back to, even though they have this nice new person that comes and joins me and like treats me right. Yeah, but that person who treats you right isn't always going to be perfect either, right? But Naito has really cooled off, and there's a lot of people mad about it. So if you're going to say, not everybody can win, but Naito was the hottest thing in the company. And he's that's the thing about New Japan is patience.
A couple things I want to say. Jason, you go first.
No, I was going to say, just to piggyback on the Naito comment, I get it. I mean, it's a huge Naito mark. I always want to see him win. I want him to be double champion, but that's not in the cards. That's cool. But, I mean, I'm willing to settle for Naito versus Ibushi for the IC championship. If you want to throw me that at the end of the month, I'm totally okay with that. Yeah. Outside of that, this has been a really good tournament. This is why I like tournaments, because you're getting matchups you don't necessarily get a chance to see. I didn't think I would like a Will Ospreay versus Lance Archer. I ended up turning out loving it. When Shoto Uno came up on Tanahashi, I'm like, oh, this is getting ready to be just a blowout. Next thing you know, Shota's actually getting ready to pin the ace not once but twice. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I mean, it's not perfect. And yes, there are things about New Japan, believe it or not, that I don't like. But ultimately, look, I keep it clean. Just for sake of argument. Because we've seen this tour is going on for like 9-10 nights. We're seeing the same opening matches. We're trading different guys off. And that just gets to be a little repetitive. At a certain point, either we need to bring like Roppongi 3K in or somebody that we haven't seen in a while, or just eliminate the match altogether. That just to me is what I feel is just being nitpicky, but that's part of the process. When you watch it night after night after night.
They're kind of halfway house shows. Well, they're traveling around different prefectures and stuff. So
right.
No, I get that.
Halfway house shows. There are 8 matches a night, and 6 of those matches are 3-on-3 matches that with 3-on-3 with triple teams that have nothing to do with anybody.
Well, okay.
So for everybody that fucking talks shit on WWE, you guys just watch it more, and then you guys watch this New Japan stuff, and it's just 6 matches of tag teams or 3-on-3 matches that have nothing to do with anybody.
Usually when there's not a tournament, those
Get
matches
'em.
are great. Like they set up the storylines.
Thank you.
You have
At
to.
All
least
right,
there's
but it's
a
a house
6-man
show, guys.
But there's at least a 6-man championship running around. We're doing
All right.
6-man title,
So-
6-man matches
so
just
I
because
watched-
we don't have anything to do.
So I watched starting from the beginning of my day today at 7 a.m. So when I got off work at 3:30, I just had my iPad in front of me. I just watched a bunch of YouTube videos. And nothing meant anything except for those one-on-one matches. It was all bullshit matches.
Disagree. This is where you found Ibushi and Naito, because a lot of those matches after the fact, you had Ibushi kind of looking at the IC title like a nice little fat piece of cake, and Naito's waving that fat piece of cake around. You want some? Want some? And that's how this match is going to happen.
That's what I missed.
I'm not look. It's better than what WWE is
Guys
doing
look
with their
like a fat
6-man.
piece of cake.
And look, it's better than what WWE is doing with their 6-man.
Yeah.
Every time you look up, you're throwing 6 guys in the. Exactly. You do it every week. How many times have we seen Ruby Riott and the Riot Squad versus Natalia and
Fast
Sasha
forward
Banks?
to it, just like I fast forwarded through the new.
But that's not the
shit.
point. Okay.
I just don't
Every
bitch about it the way you guys
fucking
bitch about it.
Well, good. You want to bitch about it? That's great.
I
I like
don't.
to keep it clean.
You
and
bitch
keep
about
it
it.
real. Hey, look, you can be the optimist all you want to. I'm the realist of the group. Shit ain't right. I call it out.
You like
Period.
the shitty stuff.
I like the shit. Oh, no, you did not, Mr. Baron Corbin. 2 weeks ago, you was like, oh, Baron Corbin, he should get his chair. And now all of a sudden, when Angle announces Baron Corbin,
You
you're
like
the first one
You
was like,
the
oh,
shitty
this is a
stuff
little
on
underwhelming.
You like
Get the
shitty
fuck
stuff
out
on
of here,
New
dude.
Japan.
Don't
You like
start.
the shitty stuff on New
Don't
Japan.
start, okay?
Now bring it
You
to
over here
our
being an
3
optimist.
down. Fight.
They fighting that shit, talking shit.
Yeah,
Keep it moving.
Tommaso Ciampa had to vacate his title.
Yeah. That Triple H promo was pretty good too.
That was
Love you,
great.
Tommaso Ciampa. Love that Triple H came out on NXT and talked about how great NXT was. It almost looked like Triple H is like, hey guys, we know this is great. Just wait till Vince dies.
No, see, you wrong,
It's
no.
all gonna be good.
He really was. He's like,
Yeah.
we know this is special.
he's like, this is special right here. Just wait till Vince dies.
He's like, it'll all be like.
So Ciampa had to vacate it. They had a great 5-man match between Ricochet, Aleister Black, Adam Cole,
Baby!
Velveteen Dream, and Matt Riddle.
Bro.
They had a 5-man match that was about as action-packed of a 20-minute match as you could.
It was a lot like the halftime heat match, which is a bunch of guys doing moves. It was like every PWG match you've ever seen. Like,
Spot monkey.
The better thing about this one compared to the halftime heat match was that there was something
oh
on the
yeah,
line.
absolutely, yeah.
If there was something on the line in that halftime heat match, was like the team with the 3 guys that won had to have a triple threat match to become.
I'm just saying
Didn't mean
stylistically, in ring stylistically.
It was fun though.
But yeah, it's absolutely fun.
My favorite, I gotta admit, my favorite part was when Adam Cole just stomped up Matt Riddle's foot without a shoe on.
Yeah.
And Matt
I mean,
Riddle
it's
was
right
like,
there.
what the fuck? It's like, okay,
You run around here with no shoes on.
Yeah.
Cassius Ohno had done that in their last match.
Nigel Big Ass goes, that's a brilliant move.
Mauro Ranallo had one of my favorite calls.
And you tell me you're going to say it. Go ahead.
Triumvirate
Yeah.
of truculence.
Yes, he says
Yes.
the triumvirate of truculence. And
Yes.
I was like, oh
Good.
my god.
What did he say?
I marked that.
Word porn.
Oh, we have 5 on it like the Loonies. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
He's like,
Oh, wait. Oh, no, you did not.
He's like the Loonies back in the day. We've got 5 on it. And I was like, oh, fuck.
So without doing any spoilers, because I've heard that the spoilers have the takeover match solidified. But that's the only match that I know of besides the women's match that's solidified. But there's Adam Cole
Baby!
versus Gargano in a 2 out of 3 falls match, and that
Title.
already
That's so epic.
has match of the year written all over it. Because I hope they give him 60 minutes. Like, let those motherfuckers.
Well, I was going to
go.
say, what you have for sure, you got that Pete Dunne and Walter was announced on NXT UK. That'll be for
Yep.
the title, same card.
I
So
missed
that's
that.
going to be off the chain. You're going to have the Fatal 4-Way for the ladies. For the NXT women's titles, so that's set. The Dusty Rhodes Classic is getting ready to finish up. Winner gets War Machine. So, I mean, you got those 4 title matches right there. I didn't even say Velveteen Dream and Matt Riddle is probably getting ready to be for the North American title. So, I mean, that's 5 matches right there where you can stop right there and we're good.
Once again, even though we had this speed bump and Ciampa having to give up the title, which was a multi-year storyline, we were still set up for one of the greatest cards in takeover history, if not the greatest, like we have every single time.
You say that all the time.
That's what I mean.
How many times is this going to be the greatest takeover of all time?
That's the beauty of NXT, though.
That's
man.
what I mean. And every single time, you're more excited than you were for the last.
I was watching a bunch of wrestling today on my iPad while I was working. And I think the anything, and then when I got up to where I was on that 5-man match, I was like, "Fuck this! I'm saving this for afterward."
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a Chardonnay. I'm gonna sit down. I'm not gonna pay attention to anything else except for this, and it was worth it.
I was dual screening because I've been employed recently.
I would never do that.
And so,
This damn job.
I'm watching NXT and I'm watching fucking Cole and Yano, which is just pure comedy. Like Jason Bell was in my headphones, just like thinking like, "Oh, this is Comedy Central, dog." But
No, it is not.
they did, and also fuck Yano.
Yeah,
For Jason.
Yes,
But yeah, like so I was dual screening, but as soon as Okada and Ospreay came on, it was the same time as that 5-way. I was like, "Oh fuck, I gotta block this 5-way."
I say something's
I was
got to
like,
stop.
this can't happen.
Can we talk for a second? Can we talk for a second about comedy matches? Because I watched that Yano Cabana match, watched Cabana this week, and I thought both of them were pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's a place in wrestling for comedy matches. And I was talking to Jason Bell about this before, and he goes, "I like wrestling comedy as long as I think it's funny." And I said, "Has there ever been a wrestling you thought you couldn't come up with?"
No, I didn't say that. Taguchi is, if you want to go to Japan, Taguchi is that comedy dude. Okay, if you want to go to WWE, New Day is easily the guys you want to come up
better
with.
than Yano versus Bada, though? Those guys are funny.
It's the same shit. You worry about throwing pancakes. I worry about Yano untying the turnbuckle.
Wait, so you think pancakes are funny?
It's not as it's
That
funnier
shit's
than
hilarious.
what this bullshit is every week. Every match. It's every match. Every match.
Yano can bring it though, and when he does,
And Big E and Xavier and Kofi can bring it too.
Yeah, that's
okay.
the thing.
But I see that more on the WWE side, on the New Day side, than I saw it once in 3 years with Yano.
Sure.
Yeah.
Once in 3 years.
You're closer in age to Vince than you are to people that think that Yano is funny. That makes I totally get it.
You know,
Never mind. Never mind. I totally get it.
no,
I totally get it.
no.
You get that Vince
You're
humor.
just
You just can't explain Yano to baby
no.
boomers.
Actually, you're the Vince humor guy because you've been championing for the WWE for the last 2 weeks, caping for them like it's nobody's business. Captain Save-A-Ho. Shut the fuck up.
Not the comedy part.
Look, a month ago, you was over here shitting on WWE with the rest of us. Last week, it's like, oh, but it's WrestleMania season.
Yeah, it's like
everybody
it's on the
just
fucking payroll.
everybody just relax. It's WrestleMania season. Nothing could be this bad. Everything's great. Fuck out of here. Talking that bullshit. Shut the fuck up.
This is the best.
Shit.
I'm so happy I'm back this week.
Hey, come on. If you're going to keep it real, man. Damn.
Jason, tell us about Ace of the Year.
I would love to. FB 3453 Southampton, corner of Hampton and got it? Okay. Bitch. Corner of Hampton and Marquette. Asshole. He's over here sick with these shit. Check them out. They are open on Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 8. And then on Saturdays and Sundays from 8 to 2. I am a huge breakfast mark, so if you have the chance to slide on through, take the family. It's family friendly. They have nice little kids made. I like the breakfast sandwiches. Obviously, a smash burger too would not be out of the realm of possibility. Always got a daily special going on too. Give him a chance. Slide on through on 3453 Southampton, part of our Southampton Mafia. After BT, tell him that damn inside.
You went shooting out of your chair.
Dude, he came up from behind. And I didn't see him coming. And I'm ticklish the next thing you know, he's behind me. So I'm
the
like,
headphones flew off and everything. Dude.
I can't help it, man. Shit.
Oh, I'm glad that was on.
I was taking a piss and I heard a lot of commotion.
Let's see what's going on in the bathroom.
Not that F&B commercial is a piss break commercial because it is a great burger. I actually had a conversation about smash patty burgers with a guy for about 25 minutes.
That's
It's easy to do.
Conversation.
And F&B came up and we were talking about the season. They put on the burger and it is. I'm a big smash patty guy. I only fuck with crispy edges. I don't fuck with those big like half-pound burgers anymore. That used to be my jam. It's not anymore.
I won't say the
short.
name, but there's one that is not. There's one of the fat burgers that everybody likes. I guess it rhymes with Saks Local Eatery. Not a sponsor. Which I tried it. It's good. I'm sorry. Maybe I brought up
There's
oil.
smash patty too, though.
Oh, that's right.
That must be somebody else.
Who am I thinking of?
Because they're smash patty because they're really good.
Throwing the wrong one under the bus on this one.
No, it wouldn't be the first time. Ain't gonna be the last. As long as my black ass ain't gonna eat the bus. Yeah. Go.
We're live, buddy.
Yeah, jump in, man.
I think we should talk about that David Starr promo.
Yeah,
Good call.
yeah. I was getting ready to say,
Shout out to Wall Seals for
Thank you.
pointing it out to us. I would have missed it. I've been like taking over free from wrestling Twitter a little bit. It's good.
Yeah,
bring
so
on.
David Starr is fighting Jay Lethal for Black Machismo. I can't tell by the promo who
Okay.
he's fighting.
Go ahead and set it up, and then I just have a question.
He's fighting Jay Lethal in Israel, and to cut the promo as the heel, he talked about how Sinclair was a right-wing organization, and he talked about how he thought that them setting him up as the little, quote, "you boy," who was going to fight for the title in Israel, they thought that he would be all about that, but he called
Shenanigans.
I'll
I'll be nice. I'll
More
say it
than that.
nicely.
He called Israel war criminals. Basically, he didn't mention the settlement, but it seemed like he was talking about the settlement. He was. It was one of the most political promos I've ever seen cut in wrestling, and they asked him to bring it down. He took it down from his personal Twitter account, but it seemed like if you want people to talk about your promo, it had to be pulled down and have somebody else. The internet is forever, man.
Yeah,
That promo's not going away. So
I watched it after it was taken down.
so did I. Yeah, and
What was it taken down?
Shout out to M. Mall Seals. I mean, it was taken down pretty much 16 hours after.
Yeah, and the cool thing is he took it down and he said, "Yeah, I took this down to
Right.
reply." He's like, "But I don't." He's like, "I still stand by everything I said."
And that's what's up. Okay. I guess my biggest question is, I watched the whole promo, and then at the end, it shows the date, the where, but it still says David Starr versus Jay Lethal. And I know Jay Lethal is Black Machismo. That's one of his alter egos or whatever. So my question is it the fact that he threw in Black Machismo to kind of, bring a little heat to it, or are they
Yeah, I think they're mad
advertising it
I think they're-
as
Oh,
Jay
I don't
Lethal
know.
is Black Machismo?
I don't know if they're advertising it that way or not. I mean, I can see it going either way. I know they took it down because of their comments, which is funny because for a long time I refused to watch ROH because of that. Like for the same reason I can't vote WWE Network. Like, I don't want to support that type of establishment. I would subscribe to Honor Club. It's $120 a month. Or I'm sorry, $120 a year.
I was getting ready to say, man,
God.
hell.
$120 a year, and you get all the. But I would absolutely pay that. But I don't want to give money to fucking Sinclair.
You like when Road Dogg went out there. He's like,
Yeah.
no.
Don't cheer that.
Like, well, don't cheer that. Cheer that.
Yeah.
Way too late. I already probably said that out loud. They
But
were cheer.
if you guys follow David Starr on Twitter like I do, this is not out of character for him, and it's not his character. David Starr is a political activist. David Starr is a in his political ideology, much like a Daniel Bryan, although Daniel Bryan's less vocal about it because he's in some bubble. If Danielson was still an independent guy, he would be much like David Starr.
He's still got to be pretty.
Yeah, I mean, he's living at the lesser of two evils. Do I take the money or whatever?
Yeah.
But David Starr is always fucking calling shit out on Twitter. He's one of my favorite Twitter accounts to follow.
Well, that was a badass promo.
That's
a killer ass promo.
It was well timed in 2019, just because this is a PC kind of age and this is a PC kind of wrestling age. That 2 minutes was well spent. I walked away and was like, okay, that's what's up. Yeah, that was David Starr so badass.
Right here. We gotta get to some other stuff. Kurt Angle's final match is going to be against Baron Corbin.
Is it? Is it?
I don't know.
Please tell me that it's not.
I hope it is. Fuck up WrestleMania. We got 17 goddamn matches. I'm gonna sit here for 7 hours. Shit, I need a bathroom break. Go ahead.
They're gonna do something funky with that. Honestly,
I would not be surprised if it's a squash and then John Cena comes in after.
I'm still mad.
Yeah.
That's what like.
I'm still mad, even if it is, because it's the same shit that they've been doing. It's like they gotta swerve everybody and they gotta get heat. It's always heat. They should rename Raw and SmackDown to fucking Monday and Tuesday night heat. Like,
you know what?
They've already got the branding right.
You know what I keep hearing is that everybody says that it's fine if Kurt Angle fights Baron Corbin, but as long as Kurt Angle wins. Like, no, he's got to lose. You have to go out on your back.
He's been okay with that.
I would have him lose to Chad Gable. I would have him lose to somebody who's not over.
But Baron Corbin's a way bigger star than Chad Gable.
Only because he's overexposed. He's fucking on TV all the time. Bill pointed out, he's like,
Corbin is not that.
He wrestles in
he's overexposed though, and Bill's like, as much as we complain about him, we always talk about him. But the only reason we always talk about him is because he's on like every show for so long.
This rivalry
multiple segments a night.
Yes,
a long time ago. This should have been done. Now we're bringing it back up again.
The live crowd hated it. Everyone hates it.
It was just so underwhelming. To the point where I was like, really? Did he just say that? And I looked at it over at 10. I'm like, did he just say that? We're having Baron Corbin versus Kurt Angle. We're going to get it 2 or 3 different ways.
Well,
but then, damn it, then let's not act like this is a surprise. I will agree that Baron Corbin should go over. My core beliefs say that you got to put the new guy over. We're building new stars.
When you and I first met 5 years old, which was 14 or 15 years ago, you were mad about the Undertaker winning every WrestleMania at that point.
Perfect example.
15 years ago, Bray Wyatt was in high school. I'm talking a long time ago. You always used to be mad about the Undertaker constantly winning. So mad, but the Undertaker constantly winning. I was like, man, this guy really knows what he's talking about wrestling. But Baron Corbin should win over Kurt Angle, right?
He should win. By letter of law, at least the guy believe it. This is what he should happen.
I don't think he's going to, though, because Michael Cole mentioned him and
how
Twitter and everybody in social media was so outraged by that comment.
See, that's what I'm saying.
There's too much. They're
going to have their matches.
I think the way the culture goes now is that Kurt Angle has to win, which sucks.
Well, right.
Like, it's not the way it should work.
But then don't make a silly match like this.
Jason Jordan gets one last match.
The match.
Bam! Now there you go.
Jason Jordan gets one last match with his dad.
There you go.
And he goes back to creative.
There you go.
All right, can I talk about Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch versus Charlotte? They should have taken Becky Lynch and Charlotte off TV last week and just kept them off TV.
I agree.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
I think the biggest problem, and I realize that people are bored of this story already, is because people watch every week and because there is literally 11 weeks of television in between the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. And there's no reason for that. There is no reason. Just they have to make the Royal Rumble closer to WrestleMania, keep people off TV, or not have a fast lane and elimination chamber, or a combination of two of the three.
Yeah, fast lane.
I agree with every single one of those things. And the only reason the story got so convoluted is that they have to do something with them every week.
Right. Yeah.
And like
dumb.
the segment with Ronda this week was great.
Kofi's pick. I agree.
They finally fixed
the
it.
Segment with Ronda, the segment with Ronda this week was great. Put her up against Dana Brooke, have her tap her out within 30 seconds, and have it be done.
She should have been doing that
the whole time.
And then,
okay,
she goes
I don't
and
have a
kisses
problem with
Travis
that part.
Brown, and he carries her off. The fucking,
Okay,
you
see,
know.
that's WWE. That's where you draw. Okay, so let me get this.
I didn't
Like
notice
our
about
husband
Travis
involved.
Brown, but Travis Brown has other domestic violence things in his past. Before Ronda, I didn't know that. I probably would have left him out of it, but
I got it. Mrs. Dad, Ronda's husband, tag team versus Braun Strowman
let's talk about Mrs. Dan.
And Nicholas.
and Nicholas. WrestleMania, baby.
Oh,
That make as much
Oh.
sense as anything else.
you just ruined it. Nicholas was my pick to win the trade.
I'll say Nicholas in the corner just dodges bullets. Look at him go.
I agree with that completely. I thought that the Ronda segment, it's almost like Ronda and then Charlotte and Becky are in two different storylines.
I agree.
This week they are because they separated them.
It's just
for
because it's
whatever
too long. They peaked too early. Becky peaked too early.
No.
Kofi is peaking at the right time.
Becky's definitely cooled off a little bit.
Becky's cooled off is because you've done it every week. I agree with what you're saying that when Becky was hurt, that's when you take her off TV.
Yeah, leave her out.
Let her.
And, you know, kayfabe style. I'm rehabbing my knee. I want to be ready for WrestleMania. This is after she wins, her match with Charlotte to make this a triple threat. That's when Becky goes away. Charlotte can talk for the next 3 or 4 weeks, no problem. You can keep Ronda and Charlotte away from each other for the next 2 or 3 weeks,
Have
no
Becky
problem.
doing some video packages.
Yeah, so
running down a fucking
swimming,
Irish
That's the
beach,
way it should be.
you know.
doing it like that, the way they
Charlotte's the
used to
talker
do
anyway.
it, because we all agree that WWE production-wise is the best of the best.
Of course.
Why not use that to your advantage and
They're better
build
than,
it?
They're better than CBS NFL.
Except for the
Why not
camera
build it
views.
like that? Well, I mean that's
But production value, yeah.
Especially since they've been.
Oh, when they do the montages or whatever.
Yeah, those video
the
packages.
video packages get you
Yeah.
ready for the match.
10 years ago, they were great.
Right.
Like,
But-
I watched
yeah.
a pay-per-view 10 years ago. You didn't know.
20 years.
When we were
Yeah,
doing the
it was-
banged up episodes
Yeah.
too, like those video packages were amazing.
You don't have to watch the product week to week and complain about it and like hate yourself for like spending 5 hours a week doing it. You can just watch the pay-per-views and then watch that awesome video package. You've got the story.
And the thing with the whole Becky, when the knee injury thing happened, if they would have let her go, let her cool down that way when she was as hot as she could be, and then have her come back when it was important, it would have made it that much heavier.
Yeah.
Right here, sir. Did you guys see that Miz promo? Did you like that Miz babyface promo?
I mean,
Good promo, but I don't like it
Yeah. Okay. There you go. That's a great
because
thing.
he's not. He's
I feel like
but
he thought he was doing Hamlet,
yeah, it seemed like,
but I liked it.
yeah, it was
What?
like,
Hamlet.
Yeah,
I'm
I
over
I
his
think
dad.
he thought he was really acting.
yes, that's exactly what I took from it. It was like more of a performance of a Miz doing a babyface promo. Like it was like me
Yeah.
watching Miz watching himself doing a
Yes,
babyface
exactly.
promo.
I get it. Yes.
Yeah.
totally.
Okay,
I
so,
think you and I have the exact same
okay, so,
experience.
So
so
it's
shouldn't
Miz.
this be a scenario where I think they did this the wrong way? You should have Shane McMahon as the face and
No.
Miz being his natural heel self.
I think you gotta let him work it out. Like this has to be a face eventually. Right?
People are behind him.
And
I
he,
mean,
he
They
is-
are behind him. Like
and
the people
This
were
is
behind him.
just-
Have you guys ever caught this show?
WrestleMania
By the way, though, have
just-
you guys ever caught like any?
No, I've
So
always
enjoyable.
wanted to watch it. I've
He-
never watched it.
He's the biggest babyface in the world on that
So
show.
likable.
He's so likable.
Yeah.
Like, so the fact that he's such a great heel means because
I've
he's not a
watched
great
Miz
wrestler.
and Mrs. I've watched Miz and Mrs. 3 to 4 times.
Yeah,
And
he's
very
great on every show. He's
I
super
agree.
likable.
I agree.
So like he is a natural babyface because he's naturally likable. The fact that he's such a great heel promo is just him being talented. He's not great in the ring, but he still gets brought up all the time.
Oh shit! What'd you just
What
say?
did I say?
What'd you just say?
He's good in the ring.
Okay,
That's
I said he's not. I said he's not great.
Yeah, he's
I
not.
said-
Yeah, isn't that just
say it was
isn't that
bad.
the same thing?
He's definitely good.
He's not.
Yeah,
Seth
nobody
Rollins.
said he sucks. He's not Seth Rollins.
Just bring it down, Phil.
Yeah,
God
man,
damn.
calm down. I say you had what? One too many Chardonnays today? What's going on? Jesus.
He's
Said-
a he's a
He's
guy
not
out there.
great.
He's a guy out there doing professional wrestling moves. He's not like an athlete telling a story like with his body.
Okay,
He's
that's
not.
fair.
Yeah.
I was gonna say at the end
When
of the
you
day-
watch him like get thrown into the turnbuckles, he's like jogging towards them, and then he turns around and kind of lays himself into them. He's not getting fucking whipped into the fucking
Shawn
ropes.
Michaels.
Yeah, exactly.
Two more things. This week.
Did you guys watch my video I posted in front of BFR?
No.
Every time Batista says, "Give me what I want," it speeds up 10%. I fucking laugh like maniacally. Like, just go to Friends of BFR, add yourself if you're listening. Like, you'll enjoy the banter. But yes, I thought it was good.
The piece of this week.
Hurry up, let's get left.
I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see Batista back. Plus,
Shut up. Listen to Murray.
I'm gonna make a
Don't
T-shirt
be
that
mad.
says that too.
Don't be mad because
Shut
I'm
up.
telling the truth
Shut
about
up.
Triple H and
Listen to
Batista.
Murray.
Okay, I'm sorry that I'm pissing on your WrestleMania party, boss.
I like how they're at least treating him like he's the star that he is at this point, like the Hollywood thing, and then he was pulling on the whole. I've been doing amazing since I left you, and everybody that you touched has been buried, and yada yada. That is natural, and it works.
And
it's the most
it's
believable.
it has a real angle to it.
Right,
You can kind of believe that he's telling the truth.
And if I ever got James Gunn rehired.
Right. Well, yeah, no shit. And the thing is that, you know, he's kind of shooting a heel Daniel Bryan promo in the sense that he's not necessarily saying anything extremely heelish.
Yeah.
But he is known that he is the heel in this scenario, kind of like the Daniel Bryan.
That's a great analogy.
You know, Earth Savior thing. But like, I don't know. I'm into it. If this is going to be the nostalgia match we did at WrestleMania, I'm okay with it.
It's one of the better ones.
I agree. I agree.
Jason,
Fuck this goddamn match. That's my comment. Bathroom break part 2.
It'll be Undertaker versus.
that's a bathroom break for you?
That's a bathroom break for you?
Been there, done that.
Fine. Stay there.
As long as it's
as long as I get to stay
brawl.
there, I want it like disappear like you did.
As long as it's a full out brawl.
Dude, I left. I was high.
Okay.
I was so
Whose fault is
high.
that? Whose fault is that? Did we have Aaron at gunpoint saying smoke this or we're going to kidnap Aaron?
No, I'm just interested to see it because I didn't see it last time.
All right. So the other thing I was going to talk about before we go with McIntyre beat Rollins this week. We should be trying to keep McIntyre or trying to keep Rollins strong. I would think.
Yeah, he'll lose 3 more times for Mania.
And then win at Mania for some ungodly reason. How that happened?
He'll even pull double duty on a Raw just to lose both matches.
The sad part about it is you know it's true. You know it's true. You can look down the annals of WWE history and it's happened. I swear to Christ, I know it's happened. How you gonna have this man lose before WrestleMania? Come on, man. Seth Rollins should not lose until the WrestleMania match.
What
Period.
I was going to say is that you took Rollins and McIntyre, chopped off both their heads, and laid off both their decapitated heads, bodies. Next week,
I could show.
Only if there was a banana for scale.
All right,
Get over here, Dupree.
Fucking murder.
Get over
Can we
here,
get Renee
Dupree.
Dupree in there, please?
Now do it for our ins and outs.
We need some dick size check here.
Renee Dupree, we need you on aisle 5 staff. Renee Dupree, report to aisle 5. Thank you. It's about to say banged up jokes, people.
Hey,
Okay?
everybody, we got some birthdays to get to.
Birdman.
Me.
These are all on March 24th.
Oh, that's my birthday.
Hey,
Hey, yay! R.I.P.
Lana's 34.
That's right.
D'Angelo Nero is 41. Swagger, 37. Undertaker is 54. Christopher Daniels is 48.
Undertaker,
Bob
baby.
Barry
Happy birthday.
Horowitz is 59. Epico Colon is 37. Lacey Evans
Meow.
is 29.
All right,
Charlie Haas is 47. SoCal Val is 33.
Good.
Hey, everybody. We know there's tons of podcasts to listen to. So we appreciate you guys listening to our podcast.
break it all the time.
For my Uncle Jack Ziggemeyer, who struck out Mickey Mantle in the minor leagues one time and used to play with Billy Mays. He passed away today. My Uncle Jack Ziggemeyer. R.I.P.
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 For Soul Taco.
Jack.
For J.D. Twiggs.
Jack.
For F&B Eatery. For
Jack.
Slaffley. For Murray
Jack.
the Murray Man Murray. For
Jack.
Chalk City Studios. For
Jack.
Sam the Muller Mall.
Mr.
For
Perkins in the house.
Zach.
Jack.
Two beers. Zach Coleman.
Jack.
For Jason Cornelius Bell.
I'm
I
just
am
angry as
Bill and Vice. Thanks for the college
Jack.
basketball ones. This
I
is
like
Bill
Bob
Beggy.
I was wondering why I didn't know that one.
We said that we were going to know.
I just laughed for camera.
It's like bicep